All right, let's get after this thing, man. Let's get this thing installed. Okay, this system is set up for 604 pounds of pressure, 236 low pressure, and 604 high pressure. So we want to go up to at least 600 pounds of pressure because this system is going to do that as soon as we turn it on. So we want to make sure nitrogen, which is very inexpensive, does a pressure check of the highest rating it's going to do when the system comes on automatically. Okay, when we're running our nitrogen test, we're going to leave off this cap here. First, on our nitrogen pressure test, we're going to leave this cap off. I have the nylog already on this valve already, and the nylog's there already, so I have it just set up. I guess I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, so I can get some pressure. So now we have pure nitrogen inside there instead of air. So that's what we want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it one more time. Again, I already have nylog already on there. I'm going to do it one more time, just a little bit. Just to make sure I'm pushing out any little bit of air that's there. All right, so now it's all full for sure. It's all just nitrogen inside there. And then we'll set it full of nitrogen and see how it does the test without having air inside. We use better bubbles to test our testing procedures for the bubbles, make sure it's not leaking. And you want to just completely dry it out. You don't want anything in there. You see that? That's after 40 installs. There's still a whole bunch in there. It's brand new still. You don't use any product. You just get it all off there. Then you just go over like this, and you go and you make bubbles by roughing it up, just by roughing it. And you make bubbles. You want to have the bubbles in such a way that it has to penetrate those things. So that if there's any gas that are trying to get out, it'll penetrate through the bubbles and do it. So you make the bubbles like when you're doing this. So just everywhere there could possibly be a leak, you simply apply it and just keep doing the same thing. You don't keep go dipping the thing into more better bubble. You don't sit there and keep dipping into this thing. This is it. It's more than you ever need. You can see how much it makes. You just want to cover every seam to where if it tries to get out, it'll have to force its way through these bubbles. Okay? It's perfect product. You don't use any. I've seen people go through bottles of this stuff. What the hell? How? Anyway, they're not doing it right. This way here, you can look at that. If there was anything trying to leak out of there, it would try to force its way through the bubbles, and it would you'd be instantly noticeable. It looks like a mushroom cloud on an atom bomb. It just starts building and building and building as the gas tries to go through those bubbles. So anyway, it's perfect. No leaks anywhere. I wouldn't check that because you're supposed to leave the line set uncovered. So I also tested there. There's no leaks there. So it was totally awesome, and we're all set up. Okay, this gauge here is reading. You can't really use these regulator gauges. I keep trying to tell people that, but if you got to use what you got to use, if this is all you're going to really do, is I have to do what you're going to do. So that's it. So we're about 600 pounds, a little less. I couldn't get it to go any higher than that. It's cranked all the way in, and so that's our test. We're going to do it for half an hour and see if it stays. And we got pictures of that, and we'll make sure it's exactly the same spot half hour from now. And I've already tested all the joints, so if there was anything trying to come out of any one of these joints, you'd clearly see it bigger than days. Okay, it's completely covered with better bubble, which is fantastic, and so if it's going to leak, we would see it. All right, so this is a killer product. It's better bubble. Make sure you get some of that, and we'll get our nitrogen test done. Okay, I'm all set up, loaded up for bear here, gonna get this thing installed. I'm gonna do 3 different videos. I'm gonna show with the manifold gauges. I'm gonna show the manifold gauges with the, just using the nitrogen bottle regulator as our determination of how much pressure's in there. And I'm gonna do it, of course, with the real tools. So after we get done with the $100 kit, which is just your hokey dokey manifold gauge set, and this little drilly pump, this is the kind you get for $100 at Amazon. So I'm doing a video with that right there and how it pulls down good and everything. And of course I'm using the awesome killer pump, and so we'll do that to get it all set up. Instead of having this manifold gauge, we'll be using the most killer digital tools. And of course we got the awesome Navac hose AVAC system, so that's going to be awesome. So much difference, and we'll see how it all goes. But I'll make 3 different videos and you'll be able to peruse them at whatever you're into. Okay, I did these about a half hour ago, under 600 pounds of pressure, and there's nothing leaking. That's what's nice about this Better Bubble product. It stays right where it's put through the entire testing procedure. Literally, if there was any gas trying to escape between those seams, look at that. It's completely covered with suds, so it would bubble up and you would see it instantly. So it totally works fantastic. It stays through the entire time. It's totally awesome. Anyway, get the Better Bubble. It's the best. And anyway, we have no leaks. Okay, it's been an hour, under 600 pounds of pressure, and no problem at all. Everything seems to be fine, no leaks anywhere. And the Better Bubble is holding up. That every single seam is completely covered. So if it was anything trying to escape from those seams, you'd know it. I even put it on the hoses, I put it everywhere. So anyway, it's totally covered and we're totally set up. So no leaks, everything's perfect, and we're going to go ahead and start our vacuum. Okay, we got our pump hooked up. Now we got it to the yellow service line, and it goes right over to the middle service port right here on this manifold gauge set. And then we're not going to be using the high side here. You see it's high. Red is high. Not going to be using that today. We'll be using the low side. And we're going to be looking at that right here. See where it says 30 right there? It's 30. That's where we want to get to. We want to get to that 30 and hold it there. We're going to vacuum for 30 minutes, and then hopefully it'll stay right there. And then we're going to turn it off and let it hold. And hopefully it doesn't go down from that 30. So once we get to that point, right now it's just perfectly what the temperature we're at right now. 0 pressure. But when we get down here, we're going to pull it down to minus 30 is what it says. See where it says minus 30? Okay, I don't know if I can show you that, but anyway, hopefully you can see it. And so we're going to go ahead and start our pump right now. So all we're using is just the blue hose. It goes over here to the adapter. We have a 5/16 adapter. Okay, there's a mini split valve that has a 5/16 thread, so you need the adapter. And then we just hook the hose right to that. Okay, so you just have the adapter and then the hose. That's all you got. It comes right over here to this manifold gauge set. So we're going to go ahead and start up our vacuum and pull it down, see if we can get to that 30 mark. That's our key. We want to get to 30, and then hold it for half an hour after we get there for half an hour. So we're going to do an 1 hour test, 1 hour vacuuming and 1.5 hour test. So let me just start over. 1 hour altogether, 30 minutes of vacuuming. It'll hopefully get to 30 and stay there. And then 30 more minutes of wait time to see if it stays there. So that 30 you're reading there is good for all of our numbers. All we care about is staying at 30, 30, 30. So we're going to vacuum for 30 minutes, we're going to hold for 30 minutes, and hopefully that stays right at 30. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, the 30 minutes just started, and we have at 30, all the way down there to 30. So we're going to go ahead and give it 30 minutes of vacuuming. And you don't hear it much because it's just a small vacuum, but we're going to let it go for 30 minutes, pulling the deepest vacuum as we can with this, and we'll see how it goes. Bring you back here in 30 minutes. That is the system right there. You see the manifold gauges up on the top right, and then your vacuum down at the bottom left, and it's hooked to your valve at the mini split. So you got the blue line going down, the low side going down to the mini split, and it's hooked onto a 5/16 adapter because the blue line only had a 1/4 inch. They don't have the adapter built in. So we bought an adapter, put that on there, got the blue line hooked to it, and then we have the yellow line, the service line, going to the middle, and the vacuum pump working like good. It's going for 30 minutes, and it'll just do that. And we're right here again, checking it all out. So it's at 30, and we'll just keep it here for 30 minutes. Let it be down, then we'll hold it and see if it'll stay there for 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes so far. I got another 10 more minutes of being on the vacuum, and then we'll do a 30-minute weight test. So got 10 more minutes of this. I'll bring you back. This is what it sounds like with your little machine going, little vacuum machine. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and turn off our vacuum and see if that'll hold there for 30 minutes. That'll be our test now. We'll have a 30-minute test. So we'll turn off the vacuum first. And we'll watch this thing here. And for 30 minutes we'll have a test. Make sure it stays right there and doesn't go down. That means you did a good vacuum. The line's all vacuumed up and you'll be able to release the refrigerant into the system. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3. Let's hope for a good test for half an hour. Make sure it doesn't move. Okay, we passed our test. It's exactly still at 30, just like it was before. And we're all set. So we passed our 30-minute test to make sure it didn't rise at all. So we have no leaks. We're ready now to release the refrigerant into our system. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, we got our vacuuming done and it held. And so now we're ready to release the refrigerant into the system. But first you have to get the hose off there, the hook to the vacuum. And you don't want to just undo it because then you would lose your vacuum. Okay, so what you want to do is let out a little bit of refrigerant, and that'll put back pressure on it. And then when it has the back pressure on it, we can then take this off real fast. You got to undo real because you have the Schrader valve in here. And if you take it out slow, it'll just let out refrigerant. So we don't want to let any out, just de minimis amount. So you have to take it out fast. But the point is, you just want to let out a little bit. Don't open it very much, and I'll show you how to do that. So you take off your valve covers here. These are the two valves that release the refrigerant. You need to open up both of them, and then you'll take your Allen wrench, and you take this thing here, and I mean just for a second. Okay, that's it. So just a second worth of stuff. Now it's closed off again. So all the refrigerant is still inside and all protected like it was before. Only a little tiny blip I just let in, okay? And now what you want to do is just release as fast as you can. And you might get a little bit of out, but it won't be much if you go fast. So, you ready? Okay, well, that wasn't bad. All right, so the point is now you continue on the process. Take this here, on, off. So you just open it all the way. Open it all the way. Okay, open it all the way. All right, and once it gets to the top, you're all done. So it has little stops here. It'll keep you from going too far. You're fine, and you're ready to go. We simply, if you have nylog, put nylog on each flare face. That just helps it, keeps it sealed, and then cinch it up good with a crescent wrench, and you're all good to go. If you have any questions, put them down below.